Donna here. I wanted to talk to you today about the first 1 to 2 weeks of healing after you have extractions. So if you're considering getting dentures, I've already done a video about what to expect the first 24 to 48 hours post-extractions, because I know that's one of the, aside from the actual extraction procedure itself, that's one of the biggest worries that prospective denture wearers have is, you know, how is this gonna, how's the healing gonna be? Is it gonna suck? Am I gonna want to kill myself? You know, what's going on there? So if you've not already watched the video about the first 2 days, go ahead and watch that first, and then today we're going to talk about the first 2 weeks. So during the first 2 weeks following your surgery, you should be able to notice that the gum tissue, okay, that surrounds your extraction sites has completed a significant amount of repair. The holes will look smaller. It'll look like the gum is closing in on itself, which it is. And as a point of reference, it's usually considered that enough gum tissue has regenerated by the 7th through the 10th day that stitches can be removed. So if you've had stitches to close up big open sites where maybe bone was shaved down or something like that happened, like I've got it here, here, and here. They didn't do this quadrant, but they did the other three. So I had lines of stitches on all through here. But by day 7 through 10, the stitches can generally be removed. Now, you know, 7 to 10 days, you know, weeks 1 and 2, your extraction areas should look very much improved from where they were a week ago, or a week prior, or, you know, 2 days after your surgery. So they shouldn't pose any significant problems for you. There shouldn't be a lot of pain, there shouldn't be a lot of swelling, there shouldn't be a lot of bleeding, anything like that by the end of the second week. For me, I want to say that day 12, it was on day 11 or day 12 was the magic day where I woke up and I didn't need my pain meds that day. For real, didn't need them, so I didn't take them. I took ibuprofen for inflammation just in case I did something that would irritate my gums during the course of that day, but I didn't take prescription pain medication. I didn't load up on meds. I didn't, you know, do any of that stuff. I just went about my day as normally as I could, and it was fantastic. So, how much will your socket have closed up? Now, the total amount of healing that's been able to take place by this point in time, weeks 1 and 2, is going to be influenced by the size of your wound. So for smaller teeth, where maybe there's one root or simple extractions, so like your lower incisors, they may appear mostly healed by the end of 2 weeks. And the same goes for baby teeth. Like if you're one of those weird people like my husband who had baby teeth in his mouth until up into adulthood, you know, if you have the baby teeth removed, it's the same. You know, any little tooth, like your lower incisors, it's not going to take as long for those little holes to heal as it is for the big holes, for either premolars or 3-rooted molars. Wider and deeper wounds left by those larger teeth require a great amount of time to heal over and show signs of filling in. So in these types of cases, the gum tissue in that area may still show quite an indentation or a divot, okay, in the area of the tooth socket. So while you may have had gum regenerate and grow over top of the opening that was there, it might still look like an, you know, like a divot in your face. Not on the outside of your face, but back here or over here. And I would show you, but my lowers are glued in right now. Inside of your tooth socket during weeks 1 and 2, the blood clot that originally formed is going to be colonized and replaced by granulation tissue. I'm looking at my notes for this because I don't want to get this wrong. Granulation tissue is a kind of primordial, highly vascularized, collagen-rich tissue. So collagen is the stuff that gives your skin its elasticity, and vascularized means it has a lot of blood vessels in it. It'll accept a lot of blood flow, and there'll be a lot of nutrients being able to be delivered to that region, which will promote healing. Okay, so if that wasn't technical enough, then the next stage is definitely gonna get your nerd juices pumping there. The next stage is the mesenchymal. I don't know how to say that, but it's adult stem cells. And they begin to organize within the granulation tissue that's inside of the socket. And eventually they will differentiate into different types of cells, such as bone tissue. So that's where your tooth socket healing comes from. Now, since the tissues that form during this time frame, during weeks 1 and 2, are quite vascular, means they have a lot of blood cells in them, then your dentist may put a restriction on strenuous activities. You have to be careful when you brush them and not, strain too hard to where your face turns red, you might blow a clot or, something like that. So make sure that you are all. Why is my hair doing that? What in the shit? So make sure that you're always following your dentist's recommendations on your activity level post-extraction. Okay, so that's all that I have for you this time as far as healing between weeks 1 and 2 goes. If you have questions or something to say, leave me a comment. I'd love to read and respond to every single one of your comments. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, ring the bell, so that you never miss a video. And I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you. In the meantime, be good to each other, keep smiling, and keep being awesome. Hello, the internet, Donna here. I thought I would try to do a video without glasses on because I don't have notes, and I don't know about you, but I get annoyed watching my videos back and seeing the giant glare off of my glasses. So even though I can't see what in the hell is going on the screen here, I'm gonna try and do my best. So today I'm having an issue with my bottom denture. Now I'm a month out. And have had 2 adjustments and 1 soft reline. And the issue that I'm having with this bad boy right here is that when I push on it like here with my tongue, it bends. There's a gap big enough in the front and in the back side of this thing between the denture material and my gums that I can push on it with my tongue and it will bend in and touch my gums that way, right here in the very front. Now, I didn't want to do it a whole bunch because I'm scared shitless of breaking them. Oh my god, I cannot imagine what I would do if I broke them. So I'm going to schedule an appointment with my dentist. I'm going to call in the morning to get that scheduled. I'm not due back for another 2 months for another reline. But in the meantime, I had to have something to fill in that gap. So I went ahead and plopped some a tube of denture fit into the trough of this lower denture here. And I didn't put the primer on it or anything. I just needed something to fill in that gap while I wait for my appointment. So I'll be able to rip it out in a hurry when I get there to show them exactly what I'm talking about. But here, let me see if we can see what's going on here. Hi, how you doing? Sorry, I'm going to try and see if we can see what's going on here. Because, see how there's just this giant space, and like there's the denture fit right there, so you probably can't see the space, but everywhere where there's denture fit oozing out is This is really creepy, isn't it? But everywhere where there's a denture fit showing from underneath the bottom, that's where the gap is. So, like you see there, and here, the gap between my denture and my gums is ginormous. And, here, let me make this a little more normal. Ha! Is it better? I think it's better. Yeah, I still haven't hung up those clothes yet, and I've added to them, so I promise my house isn't a shithole. That's folded a towel and a pillowcase, and that's the blankets that live in the corner that everybody lays on whenever they lay on my couch. My house isn't a wreck, I promise you. But let me check this out for a second. And see, I don't know if you can tell, but if I squeeze on them just a little bit, see how they move? It's not supposed to happen, but I've been pushing here, right here with my tongue, and they move, and they kind of do this number too, and it's really disconcerting. Worrisome, very worrisome. So, ooh, I gotta rinse that out. Hold on. Let me pause it. I rinsed that out. That's much better. Okay, so where'd I leave off? So yeah, like I've been pushing on it with my tongue, so I had to close that gap. And the gap between my gums and the denture material is about the thickness of a nickel in the front and in the back. Having just had a soft reline, it shouldn't be like that. I don't know if my gums just were like, no, soft reline, and shrank up in the course of a week. If that's what they did, cool, because that's more healing or whatever. Huh? My husband's washing dishes. I think he's upset at the apple mess that I left in the sink because I had made an apple pie, but I threw away the apple peels in the garbage, but I didn't, like there are still like little bits of apples and their seeds and stuff like that in the sink, like where the garbage disposer is. So he's in there running the garbage disposer right now, mumbling, so I assume he's not happy about that. Whoops. Anyway, yeah, so the gap in the bottom denture. Now the top denture has a little bit of a gap going on, but it's nothing too bad. My biggest worry with this one is that it pushes real hard on the little dip that comes down and my hard palate up top, and it rocks because that, I feel like that part just needs to be cut out altogether and just let me have like a widened horseshoe shape. And I think I'm going to talk to them about... Oh god, I nearly gagged and I yawned instead, because when I start thinking about it being there, it triggers my gag reflex like really horribly. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, so I think I'm going to talk to them about that and have them either bring the back up like forward some, or just cut out that shape for me, just that little bit. Like it literally only needs, I guess this is better for scale, it literally only needs to be this big, like about as big as my eyeball is tall. So yeah, so that's the update for today. What about you? Are you having trouble with your bottom denture 1 month out? Did you have trouble? How long after a soft reline did you notice, you know, stuff going weird and not fitting anymore? Because I feel like a week afterwards is a little soon, you know? So let me know in the comment section, or if you haven't had dentures yet, that's fine. If you have a question or another comment to make, I love to read and respond to every single one of your comments, so please leave me a comment. That's all that I have for you guys today. If you would please go ahead and smash that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't yet, ring the bell and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And I'll be back with another video for y'all tomorrow. In the meantime, be good to each other, keep smiling, and keep being awesome.